Last week, the buyer behind one of the most aggressive real estate plays in Miami was finally confirmed. For months, an anonymous purchaser had been assembling more than 100 condominium units in a single Brickell tower, paying cash, hiding behind a string of limited liability companies. That buyer was Ken Griffin, the founder of Citadel. He needed the last parcel to clear ground for a 54-story headquarters on Biscayne Bay. His own words, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, were that his firm needed to double down on its bet in Miami. When one man does that, it is a story. When you understand why, it is a market. I'm Vance Brinkerhoff with Vero Premier Properties. The decision Griffin made on a corporate scale is the same one I watch families make on a household scale almost every week. The people I work with are not building office towers. They are physicians, founders, fund principals, retired executives. They come from Greenwich, from Scarsdale, from Short Hills, from the North Shore of Chicago, and they are running the same arithmetic Griffin ran. That arithmetic has a name. We call it the Florida Financial Trifecta. The first leg is simple. Florida has no personal state income tax. None. For a household leaving a state with top marginal rates near 7, 9, 11%, the annual difference often exceeds the carrying cost of a second home. The second leg is property tax. Florida's effective burden sits near 1% of value, and our Save Our Homes provision caps how fast the assessment on a primary residence can rise. Long-term owners are insulated from the runaway tax bills that drove them out of the Northeast in the first place. The third leg is the one with a clock on it. There is a constitutional amendment on the Florida ballot this November. If voters approve it, the homestead exemption rises to $150,000 in 2027 and $250,000 in 2028 on the non-school portion of the bill. At that level, roughly 6 in 10 homesteaded owners would owe no non-school property tax at all. I want to be precise about that because it matters. It is not law yet. It is a proposed amendment. It needs 60% of voters in November to take effect. But here is the part that belongs on every relocating buyer's calendar. If you establish primary Florida residency on or before December 31st, 2026, you qualify for that full exemption as it phases in. If you become a resident after that date, you enter a 5-year waiting period with a far smaller exemption before the full benefit applies. In plain terms, a buyer who closes and homesteads in December of 2026 rather than January of 2027 can advance the full benefit by as much as 5 years. On a barrier island home priced between $2 and $5 million, that timing gap is not a rounding error. This is the conversation I have every week. It is not a sales pitch. It is a sequencing problem. The home, the closing, the residency filing, the homestead application, they have to happen in the right order, and they have to be finished before the year turns. Getting that sequence right is the work my team was built to do, and none of this rests on a weak state hoping to attract you. Florida has held the #1 ranking for economy in CNBC's top states for business study 3 years running. The trifecta is not a discount. It is a feature of a state with momentum. Capital can move anywhere taxes are low. It settles where life is good. That is why I keep coming back to Vero Beach. We have 13 miles of low-rise barrier island, the Indian River on one side, the Atlantic on the other. No wall of high-rises along the beach, no gridlock. We have private clubs, John's Island, Orchid Island, Grand Harbor, Quail Valley, with championship golf and memberships that still feel personal. We have the Vero Beach Museum of Art and Riverside Theater, and we have Cleveland Clinic Indian River Hospital, nationally ranked care, right here on the island. Our team holds the Cleveland Clinic Preferred Physician Realtors designation, exclusive in this county. The market itself tells you who is buying. Nearly 63% of purchases here close entirely in cash. This is not a market that lives and dies by interest rates. It runs on relocation and on the quality of life that keeps families in place once the spreadsheet has done its work. The barrier island offers the substance of Naples or Palm Beach at a fraction of the cost without the congestion that came once those markets were discovered. The smart money has already chosen Florida. For most of the families I speak with, the only question left is timing. If a move to the Treasure Coast is on your horizon for 2027, the work begins now. I'd welcome the conversation. Call me at 7729-133-426 or call Ben at 7727-139-455 or visit FloridaEastCoastLuxuryHomes.com.